Bro, I had the USGS tsunami map up on my PC overnight in Google Chrome. Woke up this morning, I was like, why the hell is my PC running so slow? Like, I know it's old, but this is a little crazy. Open up Task Manager. That bitch was taking up 10 gigs of RAM. 10 gigs of RAM in one tab? I mean, listen, we all know Chrome is greedy when it comes to memory, but I gotta put a little bit of heat on the website as well. Listen, if you're going to the tsunami warning service website, you probably don't want it to be like super efficient. You want it to be really good at serving timely information in a manner that is palatable for everybody, like visible, for example. You need maps, you need tables, etc., etc. But damn, man, 10 gigabytes? Isn't that efficient? No, man, efficiency in programming is 100% like a Zachtronics game. It's how many cycles can you cut by making this function inline instead of actually writing it out? I love screeching about old-ass tech takes. I wasn't even, it's out of respect for Magresta. I didn't reply to Magresta's comment about no wonder your PC's slow if you're running Chrome. There's some truth to that, but I do also want to say that in 2008, the PCs were worse and programmers were worse, and yet Chrome ran totally fine on my fucking notebook. Nowadays, they're like, no, oh, you're using a browser? Wow, when did Mr. High and Mighty get such a high opinion of himself? He thought he had the programming power to use a web browser. What do you have, a supercomputer? I did set up my phone so I can listen to music or audiobooks while playing Uma Musume on the bike, but the shit's pissing me off. When did all nonfiction... Well, that's not true. I was going to say, when did all nonfiction become self-help? But that's not true. There's still true crime. True crime's not self-help. Used one of my 11 Audible credits to get a book on, hey, maybe this will give me some journaling techniques that I could use to make my journals a little bit cleaner, maybe some functionality I never considered. What we're describing is not techniques to make your journal a little bit more efficient. It's a system that you can use to completely save your life. Personal anecdote about how my life was in disarray, and using this system helped me start my own business. Chapter, which basically the takeaway from the chapter is use circles instead of boxes. Chapter 2. Jimbo Wales was once a 11-year-old in Tennessee who was obsessed with YouTube. Bet you didn't know, after he started journaling, he became Mr. Beast. Takeaway from the chapter, consider using different colors of pen and pencil to prioritize tasks in your journal. What the fuck, man? I don't want this. I don't want, everything's okay. I just need you. Could you describe some tables that I might want to use to organize the data a little bit more efficiently? Not everything has to be the 4-hour work week, man. You should use MongoDB because it's web scale. I've been out of the game for a while. Are you still using the mean stack? No shot. There's no shot Angular won the Java framework wars, right? Or the JavaScript. I can't even remember. This has been a long time. Angular lost hard? I could have told you that, man. From a guy who was using Angular in school, I was like, this shit is garbage. I became a software engineer because you kept making references about data structures when you were in school, and it pissed me off that I didn't understand what you were talking about. That's a wild reason to push your life in a direction. I'm hoping it's working out for you. You pissed me off so much now I'm an electrical engineer. That's pretty based. Guy who says Angular like nuclear, is that anything? Angular? Hey, did you finish your Angular? I can't do it. Did you finish your I can't fucking do it, man. It's so hard to say. Angular. Did you finish your Angular assignment? Angular rules? Nah, disagree. No JS clears it, even though they're used for completely different things. I don't remember anything from my Angular class, except I did fine in the class, but I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. When I did my final assignment, I did it while I was watching the Meyerowitz stories on Netflix, and I was like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. Rotten Tomatoes, 91. I think I might have brought some of my acetylcholine to the movie. It might not have been how the director intended the movie to be seen, as while struggling with a computer programming assignment that you don't really understand. And I listened to a fuck ton of city pop while I was doing my assignments, which was sick. But I can't hear like "Stay with me" without being like fucking Stack Overflow. Why won't my packages download? And why is the project not initializing properly? All the arguments of the command line are there. It's parameterized. You were even on key there. Maybe I just can't sing in English. Maybe if I learned Japanese, I could sing like a fucking legend in Japanese, man. Wouldn't that be sick? English guy who can't sing in English but sings fantastically in Japanese. Atsugiri Ryan is listening to Nick Drake while biking in the rain over the line. Well, first off, no. Chase your whimsy. I think that's a vibe. A vibe is good, especially if it's not artificial. If you came by that vibe naturally, you should ride that. But you do need to know he's not like us. As long as you're fine listening to it, knowing he's not like us, and you can separate the art from the artist. Here we go. Ah, yes, the famously Japanese language, stay with me. Machine Yearning, can someone at Machine Yearning, who's probably their Spotify Wrapped is all video game music predominantly from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, and explain to them that in city pop, K-pop, J-pop, etc., sometimes they throw in a couple of English words in the middle of the other language just to incept people like me into listening to it. It's crazy. A lot of young nephews out there don't know I've been repping Shogu Tukumaru since Exit, circa 2010. I don't know who that is. It's a Japanese guy. Makes music. He's kind of like the Japanese Andrew Bird. He's like the Mexican Wolverine. That's Jefe, man. That's Shugo, man. He's like the Mexican Andrew Bird. Whistle for him, Shogu. How sick is it that Lamar Ball is the name of a basketball player? Do Zoomers know Andrew Bird? Surely, man, surely. He's like the Bon Iver of whistling. Andrew Bird, sir. That would be sick, man. That would be sick. Deep orange, Western family, naturally flavored blood orange, sparkling water, zero sodium. I love keto friendly. No protein though. I don't know. Blood orange, the goat of oranges. It's actually the worst tasting orange to eat as a fruit, but as a flavoring, it's pretty nice. Oranges kind of are just delicious. My dentist told me to stop eating them though. She put me off the citrus train. So instead I switched to zero sugar sodas. Well, to be fair, I don't know. Let's the pH of Coke Zero, pH of Coke Zero 3.2, pH of Navel Orange 3.1. Well, and it's a logarithmic scale, so it actually means Coke Zero is 100 times better for you than an orange. Proven. Repeating, of course. Oh, fuck! That's true, she did tell me to stop eating them weird. And which is not weird. I think it's the best way to eat oranges in terms of like an efficiency standpoint was to cut them into wedges and then insert the wedge into your mouth. Bite right along the rind of the orange so you get all the fruit and almost none of the rind, and then spit out the peel. That's what I do. Don't tell your dentist. If your dentist says, hey, do you eat a lot of oranges? Cop to it. But do not say, maybe it's all the oranges I've been eating. Because I think I put the idea in her head and she's like, damn, this guy's got to stop eating oranges. That's actually eating oranges the short way. That's not the long way. The long way is peeling them. Because it's an annoying fruit to peel. I know you're going to say just use a spoon. I do use a spoon, but it's still annoying. It is, you know what? Nobody said it, but I'm going to +2 that. I do sort of think that Seth Rogen is like Snoop Dogg with principles. Principles beyond simply making money. Yeah, no, I would say that. They're both famous for enjoying like the same substance, and also their original careers. Like Snoop Dogg had one really, really good rap album, Came out in like 1993 or something like that. And if you'll forgive me, he's been kind of coasting ever since on a flanderized version of his own personality, largely confined to profit motive advertising deals and friendships with Martha Stewart that don't really make sense. Because, whatever, I'm not going to get into it. Long story short, I think she's done more time in the pen than he has. Seth Rogen, on the other hand, similar hobbies, at least similar hobbies. I'm not sure about the youth football so much, but similar hobbies. Seems to be enjoying doing some pottery. Seems to be enjoying making his TV show, stuff like that. He's done more time with the pen. That's probably true. That's probably true, man. So besides marijuana, they're not alike. Well, no, there's other things that they're alike. They both live in California. Also, I think if you were to ask people about Seth Rogen and Snoop Dogg, the first thing that would get mentioned for both is their original career. The second one would be their love of marijuana, which to me, that's like a 65-35. If you're 35% similar to an individual, it warrants comparison, is all I'm saying. I'm sorry, if your first message in chat is a game recommendation, I believe that you're astroturfed. I believe you have an equity stake in the game you're recommending. It's not fair by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just like, if you've been around for a bit, I'll give you some cachet, assuming you're a known quantity in the positive direction. But what if it's nuts on the table mode? If you're a first-time chatter, and these are metaphorical, I'm not speaking anatomically. If you're a first-time chatter, you have no nuts to put on the table. You only have nuts on the table if you have either a reputation to uphold or something at stake. But as a first-time chatter, you have nothing at stake, so there's no nuts to go on the table. Oh no, my chat reputation. Get over yourself, dude. Guards, cease him. Get over myself. We just made death fumble in Yahtzee, bro. You think this isn't serious? Oh! 5-5, 6-6, 1-1. No. Wait, there's a better way. There's a perfect bank. It's 5-5, 5, 6-6. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh. I need to use... If I could just have this dice expire, we could get a perfect bank. You have to work with me on this one, chat, okay? And I'll explain to you why. We need to store 2 dice and roll a pair to have any chance. Otherwise, like, I see what you're saying. But then how do we win? There's no way to win. We do 154 damage and then he rolls anything and kills us. What you have to do, you have to leave yourself enough dice to have a chance to get a perfect bank. You can't because of Fairweather Friend. We've already banked Fairweather Friend, so as long as we use it, it's gone, man. As long as we use it now, it's gone. But we need to store 2 dice. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to pray for the 1 and 6. They couldn't have been closer. Full house is the way to go. No, bro, because then you have 1 dice, and you can't roll 1 dice and get a valid hand. You get another from Fairweather? I already used it! The passive watcher and the active chatter are 2 competing archetypes. They cannot coexist. You could be an active viewer and an active chatter, or a passive viewer and a passive chatter. You can't be passive viewer, active chatter. They're fundamentally diametrically opposed. Someone had to pay the price. Everyone thanked that person for volunteering. And the message they typed wasn't that bad, but they had a wolf helm. It was pretty bad, but then they also had a wolf helm. I have wolf, should I be worried? You should watch yourself. You should watch the way you chat. Yeah. But it depends. It depends if you received the wolf helm and didn't really know what you were doing when you received it, that's one thing. If you were like, I need to keep watching this stream to get the wolf helm, and then I'm proud to display it on my chat username, you should be concerned about, because like the impetus inside of you is likely to betray the environment that you find yourself in right now. How did you even get it? I don't know. I think it was like when Elden Ring came out. If you watched like 2 hours of Elden Ring streams within a week or something, it dropped a badge for you. I probably, if I had to guess, I probably have it. I don't know how do you change your badges in chat? Chat identity? Yeah, look at this. I got Elden Ring Superfan badge Recluse, Raging Wolf Helm, Elden Ring Night Rain Clip badge Wilder. I don't know what half this stuff is, man. Apparently I've got Destiny 2 the final shape raid race. I don't even know where that would come from, to be honest. I have no idea where, because I've never seen a Destiny 2 stream in my life, to the best of my knowledge. I got Recluse 2 apparently. You know what? Maybe I'll put on the... I'll just level with you. Raging Wolf is bad, but the Recluse is the worst. So I'm going to put that one on out of solidarity. Testing. Oh, that feels bad. You know what? But maybe it's good. I'll walk a mile in those shoes, and then maybe it'll change my tune a little bit. It does feel gross, though. It feels disgusting. 38 points? I don't think so, bud. Fishtail blocked 38 damage. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 70 points. Not bad at all. Pass it on. Full house, 74 points. Would have preferred to block that one, to be honest with you, but so be it. 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 5. We'll do 2, 2, 2, 2. No, that's ass, I'm afraid. 2, 2, 2, 2 is ass. 2, 2, 2. That only leaves us with 2. We got to do 2, 2, 2, 2. Pass. What's going on in the chat now? We got... What is this emote? September? I have that one too? The hell did you get September for? Hang on. Perfect bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bank it. Perfect bank. Roll again. Ruin this guy's life. It's a global emote. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Give me 3, 3. Bank it. Pass it. I'm unwilling. I'm unwilling to risk it in this situation. You gonna see the Odyssey? No, and it's actually, I had a dream about the Odyssey last night, which leads me to believe that the movie's not gonna be very good. I was playing Prospero in the Odyssey in my dream, which doesn't make sense because that's a character from Shakespeare. But it was like, it wasn't a big role, but it was like, I had a few lines. And I was trying to get Chris Nolan's ear. I was trying to be like, Chris, how do you want me to play him? Do you want me to play him like a little comedic? Do you want me to play him serious? Is he going to be like a little freak, or is he going to be like straight-laced or whatever? But he kept ducking me. He kept ducking my calls. And I was like, damn, dude, I got to fucking, like, I got to improv all this Prospero shit in the Odyssey. It's going to be like borderline ancient Greek or something like that. Like, this shit's meant to be laconic or something. I don't know. So I was just like, I don't know. I think it might bow out of the project. But yeah, I don't know. I've just lost a lot of confidence in it, to be honest. Plus, I'm pretty sure I'll probably get cut in the edit because I don't think Prospero is in the Odyssey. But no, I haven't seen Eddington yet. I want to see Eddington, but it's hard to be honest. Because I don't think it's suitable for a 4-year-old, and she's on like Omega summer vacation right now. You don't have Pedro Pascal fatigue? No, because I don't see that many movies. Like, I know he's in everything, but like, as someone who doesn't see that much, I haven't really seen... I'm trying to think of... I think if I were to he's a little overexposed. I'll start right there. I think it would be stolen valor for me to say that I have Pedro Pascal fatigue, because I can't think of much that I've seen him in. I've seen him in Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle. And that's basically it. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't go anywhere without seeing this guy. That was like one movie I saw in the theaters 8 years ago or whatever. Last of Us TV show. I'm not going to watch that. It's based on a video game. You got to use those rerolls, man. It's insane to me. I've been playing this for 4 hours. There's still people who think that it's literally Yahtzee, and I'm just going with the first roll every time, just because I don't know the rules of Yahtzee. There's been like I thought after 4 hours of this that there would be people who are like, why isn't he using his Yahtzee rolls? I guess I do have Yahtzee in the title, but even if I explained it in the title, you'd be like, what? So you expect people to read? Like, you can't win on that. Check Poison's interface. Yeah, we oh! Never mind, dude. They Castlevania'd it. They Castlevania'd it overnight. It's not Windows 95 anymore. That's huge. I do like, and I'm literally not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's funny. I do like that when you mouse over the poison, it says poison. But that's really funny. In other cultures, poison's good, actually. Yeah, did you know in the Mithridatic culture, poison was actually considered virtuous. It was considered virtuous to take poison to prevent yourself from dying due to poison. That has to be... So that story about King Mithridates, right? Who was so paranoid about being poisoned that he made himself immune to poison. But then when he tried to kill himself with poison, he was like, oh, fuck. That can't be true, right? Because, like, why didn't he just jump off his castle or something? If he really wanted to do it, it seems like he would have just jumped off his castle or like gotten the dude to chop his head off or something like that. Scared of heights? Well, we had some, you know, when push comes to shove, man. Someone could hit him on the head from behind with like a big mallet or something. Chat, by the way, I got my wrist on my wrist again. I don't know if it's hard to angle my thing like this. That's right. I'm not trying to flex. That's the Timex Weekender circa 2012. That's vintage. Watch cost me $50 in 2012. Getting its battery replaced in 2025 cost me $21. They should have told me this bitch was a write-off. Nah, I'm chilling. It's got sentimental value. That's going for $49.50 now. Savvy investment. No, man. I think I took a bath on this Timex, man. I think I took a bath on it. Because, like, I paid $50 $2012, and they're selling for $50 $25. If I had just waited 13 years to buy this watch, I'd be 15% up from the jump, man. Maybe, actually, probably like 20, 25% up from the jump. No, wait, I'd be like 40% up from the jump. I wouldn't know what time it was for 13 years, though. You could buy a small kit to replace the battery yourself. Yeah, but then how would the local business that survives by changing watch batteries survive? It would shutter, and there would be another vape shop / convenience store with a Bitcoin ATM in it within like 6 months. Or it would turn into another like Penguin Point, like get your Amazon packages delivered here and never interact with another individual type of motherfucker, you know? Okay, bring your phone, scan the QR code. You scan your QR code, put the code in, the door swings open. There's no human being involved at any single point. Don't worry, you never have to see the delivery person. You never have to see the clerk at the Penguin Point either. I went in there was a nice older woman who said, 20 minutes. And I said, no problem. And then I browsed around looking at clocks and stuff and going, hey, that's a cool clock. I don't really need that, but that's cool. And then in 18 minutes, she came out and said, here's your watch. I do want to buy a clock, though. And I'll tell you, it might be a aesthetic clock that is someone who's like really into clocks is going to tell me like, oh, if you have to repair that, it's going to be a pain in the ass. But the clock I want to buy is one of those clocks that instead of a dial or a display, it has like placards that when the minute flips, a little plaque flips down and changes like 21 to 22. Purely for decrepit aesthetic reasons. The split flap, thank you. The flip clock. Yeah. I want to get one of those. The MoMA online store sells one. Is there a Canadian MoMA? Literally what I'm going to do, I'm bringing it back to the cool days of the internet. I'm bringing it back to like 2004. The place I got my watch battery changed at, I'm going to email them and I'm going to say, hey, I'm looking for a split flap clock. Do you have one? And if not, can you order me one? And even if they hit me with the 04, if they say, yeah, but it'll be 4.5 weeks till it comes in, I'll be like, sure, I'll wait. And then when it arrives, I'll be excited. Rolled off and cord doesn't have one. Well, yeah, I didn't go there to get my watch battery changed because I didn't want it to be $700. It is a great store, though. And you're a real watch head, by the way, for knowing the best watch store that I'm familiar with, at least in Vancouver. But I wouldn't buy a split flap clock there, I think. I got my Sin there. That's where I got the Seiko, man. That's where I got the Seiko. Couldn't figure out how to work the clasp either, so I had to have the salesman put it on my wrist. He was like, "Usually we don't do this," and I was like, "I believe that." I'm not your usual type of guy. In the negative direction, just to be clear. We already got a dude. Then heal me. So many rings. They seem to hold special meaning for people. Ariana Grande naming her album. By the way, I meant to mention this. Please do not bring up Justin Trudeau getting dinner with Katy Perry. We're leaving the 2010s back in the 2010s, okay? They're entitled to, as far as I know, they're both single individuals. They're entitled to go out to dinner together. But I refuse to acknowledge, in 2025, I refuse to acknowledge a power couple of Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau. It's totally fine. They can. I don't care. I'm just saying you can't make me care. 2015 was a long time ago, man. What about Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas? I don't. Just God is my witness. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that at all. What's your take on the Sydney Sweeney situation? I saw in the Globe and Mail, or maybe it was on Pajiba. Isn't she getting blasted for being part of an American Eagle ad where it says she's wearing jeans and it says nice jeans, but it doesn't have the greatest vibes coming off of it because she has blonde hair and blue eyes. That's tough. That's a tough one.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Her family's MAGA? Okay, you're not supposed to know that. Lots of cool people have MAGA families, man. Can't hold that. If you held that against people, like 80% of chat would be MAGA by association. You can't just be like, her dad's MAGA. Bro, like 72% of dads in the US are MAGA. Doesn't mean that she is. She might be. I don't know. It's none of my business, quite frankly, unless she makes it my business. I don't have to worry about it. My family's been voting NDP for 9 generations, so I know that I'm more pure than you are. That's all I have to say. It's baked in there. It's really not. I'm pretty sure my grandpa voted probably for Doug Ford like 5 times. But if I had to guess, couple mayoral elections, and then I'm guessing straight down the ticket in all provincial elections. But Chili's is making a boot out of their booth leather. That's kind of sick. Someone tell Ludwig. Seems like it might be up Ludwig's alley. Doesn't he have the Lego boots too? I got a Chili's booth on my ankle. That kind of works. I got a Chili's booth on my ankle. You're really trying to... I got a Chili's booth on my ankle. You think I'm going to care about stepping over you? Yeah, I'll step on you to get ahead. I got half a Chili's booth on my ankle right now. You think I'm stressing out about the tariffs, buddy? I just put crispy chicken flingers into my watch, man. I'm not sweating anything. Stop. Do better. I'm trying. It's hard, man. You're part of the reason it's hard, by the way. He uses one more dice. We're not gonna roll again anyway. We want 3 pairs on my wrist. That could actually work. I got 3 Whole Foods pairs on my wrist right now. That could work. The grocery store is expensive. That's the G. Have you ever been? Saw Labubu for the first time at a smoke shop. Wanted to buy it to say I got a smoke shop Labubu. Would be kind of sick, honestly. Be kind of sick. We did walk by a smoke shop 2 days ago, like we being me and my 4-year-old daughter. And she said, "Daddy, what are these?" I didn't know these stores still existed since the legalization of marijuana, but they just, it was like tie-dye posters in the window and then like bongs on display. But She was like, what are those? And I said, those are vases. You put flowers in. And she went, we should get one for mommy to put her flowers in. And I said, you know what? That's a good idea. And then I just hoped that she would never think about it again. Not like I wanted to hide it from her. It's just that she's like, you know, not even 5 yet. There's just no point in having the conversation. Kayla Nader says this game is just sap with dice. Kayla, I'm still beefing with you. I'm beefing with you for saying that potatoes are not vegetables. And I know it's a cross-chat beef, because the beef originally started in Justin's chat, and then I think you were talking in Chibley's chat, and I said I'm beefing with you, and now I'm bringing it to my chat. I'm beefing with you. Okay, I explained this in Justin's chat. Don't waste your keystrokes. Starches are not real. Starches don't exist. Starches, the only time people ever use the term starch is when they're trying to discount potato being a vegetable. If something is a vegetable and a starch, if they want to insult it, they call it a starch. If they want to glaze it, they call it a vegetable. The vegetable is the overarching term with which starches are contained. It's a root? Yes, it's a plant root. All I'm saying, I think we had this exact same, I feel like I'm going over covered ground here, the desire path. But I feel like potatoes are like Joni Mitchell warned us, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Because we live in a world that's surrounded by potatoes, people are like, they're boring. They're not boring. They're foundational. They're like oxygen or water. You would miss them if they were gone. And I'm not talking about just kettle cooked potato chips. I'm talking about roasted potatoes, boiled potatoes, mashed potatoes, deep fried potatoes. Maybe the only one I'm discounting is potato rings from Subway, which I think they should just stick to what they know. They should just shut up and dribble. But should have done the 4s. Well, the reason I didn't do the 4s, even though they're worth a little bit more, is because I wanted to keep this extra dice that otherwise would have left because it was a reinforced dice. If we did the 4s, this dice would have left. We would have had one less roll on this one, which would have incremented these a little bit. There's a complicated little process we got going here, but there's a method to the madness. I had the best salad at Ann Elena. Listen, you. How did you get a reservation? How did you get a reservation at Ann Elena? I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna write it down. I'm writing it down in my journal. I'm writing it down in my damn journal. You know what I'm writing down? Later today. Today's Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. Here's what I'm writing down. Book reservations. Get ready for this. You're not ready for this. For my birthday, Christmas, special holiday dinner, wife's birthday, Valentine's Day. I'm writing it all down right now. I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna book that stuff 8 months out or whatever. I'll do the washi tape later. Anniversary, I mean, that's like 10 months out. I can wait on that one. I'll do that one in December. Is Savio Volpe any good? No, it's amazing. It's fantastic. You're gonna forget because you made the reservations in advance? Nah, man, because I'm gonna take the journal at the end of the day. I'm gonna go up and write it on our yearly calendar, which other parents will tell you is basically the only way it's the command center of the whole household. You write stuff on the calendar, even if it's 7 months out, you write it in that day on the calendar, then bring, you flip to that day on the calendar and you're like, oh right, I'm getting my earwax cleaned out in October. First time chat from insert username here, hi with a tongue sticking out. You literally have to be honest. Are you the person I banned yesterday and said try ban evasion? It's giving off an unsettling aura. You don't have to answer it, but you have to hear it and choose to lie if you're going to lie. 2021 account. All right. Tongue out smileys, like that's crazy. We got to bring back the tongue out smiley. I've been using sweat smile too much. If it pleases the court, I'd like to submit hi:P for best first time chat. We've had worse. We've certainly had worse. Usually, most of the first-time chat messages call me a slur, which is crazy. It's a little insane. Because like a first-time chat message already gets highlighted. To have it then be highlighted more because it got caught by automod is insane. Is bald a slur? You shouldn't say it, but you're not ready for that. Because sometimes I'll say, wow, this person's really tall. And then people will say, you shouldn't comment on their body. And then I check their chat history, and it's just bald, plus you're bald. You're bald as well. People who say you should never comment on somebody else's body versus that exact same person when they see a bald individual who's been bald forever. As a bald guy, no, it's not a slur. Okay, whatever, you're literally a pick-me. Things you say are 99% of my friend's personality, and it scares me. He's a full-grown adult. That is funny. I bet he hoped, statistically speaking, he hoped that you would never find out that I existed. But that happens. Every once in a while, I'll get into like a vein of PBS documentaries and then just start talking like Ken Burns. It happens, man. The human beings were great mimickers, great imitators. I did that with Louis Theroux. The real question is, what's the GOAT Louis Theroux documentary? I'm trying to think of the classics. Alcoholism, Westboro Baptist Church. The gambling addict one is really sad. That one's really sad. Yeah, it's crazy that Louis... Man, and so you gotta judge someone by the company they keep. And Louis Theroux, you're on notice, buddy. Oh, you're a good guy. Really? You're a good guy? Explain why you've been hanging out with neo-Nazis and alcoholics in the Westboro Baptist Church then, buddy. There's video, Louis. You're on camera. You're living among them. Do you think we're stupid? I got a Labubu Twitch notification. That's actually sick, bro. I'm pro Labubu, by the way. And the reason I'm pro Labubu is because the people who are anti-Labubu are annoying. Because they apply the lens of I hate consumer culture to Labubu way more than they apply it to essentially anything else. Consumerism apologist? Well, like a little bit, yeah. But like there's lots of stuff that people consume that I feel like they don't have to consume, but they do it anyway. I mean, you guys love Japanese convenience stores. Every time you buy like a snack in there, there's like 900 pieces of plastic in the fucking thing. There's like the bag is made of plastic. You open it up, there's a napkin in a plastic bag inside of it, a little wet wipe in a plastic bag. There's the chopsticks are in there, they're individually wrapped in plastic and stuff like that. Meanwhile, you buy like 6 things at the konbini, and then you go, wow, this is a vibe. But all of a sudden you buy, like someone buys one Labubu and people are like, you're everything wrong with society. Their mindless consumerism versus our righteous treat. You kind of got that. You're kind of on something with that. You think Newton would have liked Labubus? I think he would have been too busy like being in his own lane to care, I guess is what I'm trying to say, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to say Labubus are awesome. I'm just trying to say it reminds me of Hawk Tuah. Like Hawk Tuah literally did not commit a financial crime because she was exonerated by the modern SEC. So she's more innocent than anyone here. Have you ever been investigated by the SEC and cleared of all wrongdoing? No. So as far as I'm concerned, your ass is sus. She got investigated and cleared. She's the most innocent woman in the world, as far as I'm concerned. But either way, the opinion that you have about, this is a perfect bank, motherfucker. The opinion that you have about Hawk Tuah will inform whether or not I think that you're better or worse than Hawk Tuah. I think if you're like dedicating any of your energy in your one time on Earth to hating on Hawk Tuah, you're more annoying than she is. She's just there. I don't know what you want me to say. The same thing with Labubu, man. Labubu's just chilling. You're really gonna see like a little charm on someone's bag and be like, that Labubu, surrounded by concrete and SUVs driving by you at 80 miles an hour. Like people are like looking at their phones while they're driving. That bag charm is everything wrong with society. Like I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Hit him with the Labubu stare. Oh, you mean this one? If you know what Labubu looks like, that goes pretty hard, to be honest. We copy the 6. Grid needs to be wider. Unfortunately, I think it's as wide as my mouth gets. Without making it look like Fire Marshal Bill or something. Now you have to hate things with perfect priority for it to be valid. So this is like the tertiary argument that comes up in the Labubu stuff. You can hate lots of stuff. Yeah, but like the thing is, you also have to consider that to complain requires a complainer and then also an ear. And the ear is going to be like, here he goes about the Labubu stuff again. Like, it was one thing when he was saying the city should be car-free. Like, I kind of agree with that. It would be much more pleasant. Now he's on this Labubu vein. Look at that person minding their own business with the Labubu. You don't need an ear to complain? Well, I guess that's true, but it's less fun to do it yourself. I've been hating Labubus, or I've been hating consumer trends since the PT Cruiser. That's what I'm saying, man. We need to bring back plastic straws. Like, these trendy-ass paper straws are pissing me off. It's not just that they break down in the smoothie. They're not as good at wicking the moisture up through the straw. I don't know if it's like because 10% of the moisture is getting sucked into the paper on the way up or whatever, but what's better, dagger or shield? Shield easy. There's no shot Caravaggio's painting the head of Medusa on a dagger. It's just he's talented. He's not that talented. Caravaggio killed a dude too. What can he do? I think it's sick, man, that like, I guess it's kind of like the way the political system's working right now. You could be like wanted in Venice in the 17th century and be like, I gotta leave this bitch. My wanted level's too high. Then all of a sudden, new pope, motherfucker. He loves my paintings. I'm back. Miss me, Venice? Miss me? Pope Leo VII just gave me a pardon, bro. I'm back. 3 pairs? 3 pairs. Okay, how would one make 3 pairs out of this? Since you guys are spamming 3 pairs, explain to me how you would get 3 pairs out of this. A lot of people said it. Let's out some usernames. The Girthday Boy, 3 pair, 3 pair. All right, the Girthday Boy, the floor is yours. Mods, /marker, or /user, the Girthday Boy. I want emote only for everybody but the Girthday Boy. Explain to me the process for 3 pairs. My bad. That's not an explanation, that's an apology. And I appreciate that. It takes a big individual to apologize. It's not, I didn't pin that, by the way, the mods pinned that. I use pop-out chat like this small, so I don't like it when you pin messages. Because I lose like 80% of my chat just to the pin message that I already saw. I do it for sponsored streams because they ask. And then as soon as I put it up there, I go, hide this for me. So true, so true. John Wick. So yeah, I'm thinking we're bank. The new Stablecoin Bill's got every cryptocurrency app talking like John Wick. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm bank. I keep getting these emails. I don't know how I got on the mailing list, but there's an American company that's like, now that the Stablecoin Bill is passed, we can now offer stablecoin-backed tokens for companies that are not on the stock market. And I'm not a financial expert or regulator. This reeks of Haktua is all I'm saying. What does that mean? That means like a company that's private, you could issue tokens. Like if you issued a billion tokens, each one would be worth 1/100000th of what the private corporation's supposed value is, allowing you to buy them as if they were stocks. And their value would fluctuate based on the relatively illiquid value of something like Epic Games, for example. And then you could trade them and stuff like that with very limited regulatory oversight. It might, I don't know if it's The Big Short too, because like most people in 2008 were interested in the housing market. I think this might just be full degen, but yeah, take this clip. Listen, it might take 20 years to blow up, but save this clip so that, just save the clips where I say things that are gonna eventually happen no matter what, so that they look good. And the stuff that I said that is not actually gonna come to pass, don't clip those, because that makes me look like a less authoritative source. But did you see that Toasty was putting together a kangaroo video supercut, and he got a content ID match for a punch sound effect from the kangaroo video? Did you see that? The plot, and it's been half a decade since there's been any bullish information for conspiracy theorists who think the kangaroo video is fake. But there was I'm not saying it's in there, the content ID automatic algorithm triggered a match for a Foleyed sound effect in the kangaroo video. I feel like this is like episode 4 of a 10-part Netflix true crime documentary where it was like, and the cops closed the case. until something very interesting happened. It was a visual claim. Oh, never mind. I didn't actually read. But yeah, delete that clip. Delete that clip ASAP. Anyone with the Elden Ring Recluse helm, can we delete that clip, please? Pair of twos. Okay, he's got to keep going, man. He's got to keep going. He's on lethal. Oh. Tough luck, brother. Tough luck. Oh, he's fumble protected, apparently. Death can no longer fumble. I pass. Yeah, I pass. There should... Devs, are you watching? There should be an achievement for passing with 0 points in the bank to get a kill. That felt like an achievement. That's not the achievement. I got an achievement for defeating death for the first time. Game summary. Look at that, man. 7 rounds won. 112 items used. 8 perfect banks. Okay, that dulls. That dulls. It's crazy. I can't get the idea of Donald Trump saying Ludwig out of my head. Ludwig, the sea-coast dreams on both the... That's more like a Louis Armstrong, but... Ludwig, famous streamer Ludwig. He's not so good at reaching mahjong, but he knows what he's doing when he's doing a Pokemon run. When he's doing the Ludlocks, we love it. We love it. I'm not sure how we feel about League Month, but we love the Ludlocks, don't we? And his friends, Little Slime and Ludwig. I can picture it so clearly in my head. And with the world we live in, there's a non-zero chance it could happen. That is good. He's over on YouTube. You know how we feel about you, the booze echo from the audience. Now, calm down, calm down. We're going to do something about YouTube. No, be nice. Be nice to the Red website. They just made it legal to swear again. Comedy is back. That's the crazy thing to type while I'm doing. What if the president was talking about streamers? That's such an insulting comment, and I love you for it, Justin. Comedy's back as a guy goes, well, Justin, the wokler, the woke people, they're calling him the wokler. They're calling him HC Justin. I've got another name for him. I don't think I can say it even in the impression. It'll come out wrong. This, to me, looks like that's Miles Teller, bro. Or is this Captain America, the Baxter Institute? That sounds familiar to me. Is this like Captain America Civil War, where it turns out that everybody who worked at S.H.I.E.L.D. actually worked for Hydra? And then this guy's like, I'm not going to do it. And then the dude pulls out the gun and goes, that's an order. And he goes, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I think this is the Winter Soldier, bro. I knew it was some kind of slop. Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets? The hell are you doing? Is this Ready Player One? Kate Mara? Is this Fantorstic? It's Fantorstic. She is doing cinema. That's Fantorstic. Captain Marvel, come on, bro. Come on. Okay, now... You probably are going to get it on number 6 if you didn't know you were looking at prior to that. That's crazy, man. All the wrong answers except this are crazy. But who played the Thing? So you got Miles Teller, Kate Mara, Michael B. Jordan. Who played the Thing in the Fantastic Four 15? Jamie Bell? He's not even like a big guy. I thought that was his whole thing, is that's The Rock. Okay, good one. Good one. That's Shungite? You literally can't say that, okay? Although it's funny. It is very funny. He's in prison. The La Casa, I think about it at least once a week, if not every day. I get an opportunity to not say because no one except you would know what I'm talking about, but to think that this would be a great time to say in the La Casa or around the La Casa. I think about it every day. I think it's one of the funniest things that anyone has ever said, like by accident. The situation makes it funny, but just in and of itself, around the La Casa is just a beautiful assortment of words around the la casa. That's, I know this. Obviously, you're the guy from Modern Family. Your name is not Jesse Tyler Ferguson. It's Cameron Mitchell? John Cameron Mitchell? And then the hard part is I have absolutely no idea who you are. I have no clue who you are. The longer I look, the more something is coming up. You're almost like Elizabeth Hasselbeck from season 2 of Survivor and then later The View. Okay, that would have been crazy. If that was... The fact that she was in the database is unbelievable. We'll see. That's Lori Loughlin. Oh, I could see that. I could see that 100%. Cameron and Mitchell are the gay couple from Modern Family. His name's Eric Stone Street. As soon as you told me it's not Cameron Mitchell, I know his name is Eric Stone Street. Stupid. That information was in there, man. What pizza chain claims that nobody out-pizzas them? I don't know, man. Nobody out-pizzas Pizza Hut? Because Little Caesars goes hot and ready. And then I just don't... Papa John's is like better ingredients, better pizza. How'd you even have to think about it? My brother, I have not seen a Pizza Hut advertisement on TV in, I don't know, it's been a while. Certainly not in the 2020s, I'd have to say. Lori Loughlin and Eric Stone Street. Librarian, or not librarian, sorry, wrong VIP. Stand down. VIP Daniel, do the thing, do the face tech. Cut out Eric Stone Street's head and just look at the face. And tell me you don't see a little Elizabeth Hasselbeck in there. I see it, okay. I'm glad. Survivor Season 2, I'm pretty sure it aired maybe like the summer between 7th grade and 8th grade or something like that, or like the spring of 8th grade. I remember my friend being like, he had a crush on Elizabeth Hasselbeck from Survivor. Now, let me just say, he was 12 or 13, right? So he was very young. He was like, yeah, dude, I got so stoked because they did a weigh-in and she weighs the same as me. And I was like, whoa, that's sick. Like you both weigh 102 pounds. As if it like matters at all. It doesn't make any sense, man. I get it. It's just, I don't know, man. Kids are funny. Problematic weight difference. My husband, 265, and me, 112. Oh, girl, you got... They should start writing Reddit posts like that, man. They got no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. But if somebody did, it would be funny. Every sitcom in the 2000s had a problematic weight difference. You're not wrong, man. I mean, even Everybody Loves Raymond. Like, Raymond just looked like a normal guy, but Patricia Heaton was like a goddess, man. And he was just complaining about it. Deborah, I don't want salad for dinner. Deborah. Hey, NL, did you hear about this new Viagra drug? I'll play into this. Okay, huge ass vibes. Tell me, what do you got going on here with this? What's this joke with the new Viagra drug? Don't tell me if the pill gets stuck in your throat, you get a stiff neck, okay? That joke went platinum in like the year 1999. They're calling it yourjoxafloppin. Would go crazy in The Sopranos. Honest, yeah, that would go crazy in The Sopranos. Tetracycline. Start with a Greek prefix for the number of sides. It's actually insanely easy, man. This one is, oh my God, I'm on one today. Rearrange the letters and it spells a musical instrument. Holy cow. Tuba, organ. Oh, oh shit. Okay. To train, to coach, to guide, to direct, what is like to mentor somebody. And then this is like, you know, a utility, a method of utility, a means. That was a crazy one. Wordle got me screwed up today. You know what? I've been doing the word rows from the Globe and Mail recreationally. Maybe I'm not fully shit at Wordle anymore. Let me try. You have my word. I'm not looking at chat. It's a little cheating because you told me that the word is difficult. So I would think of like some slightly off kilter letters here. Like I might be inclined to play like jazzy or something. You'd think it would be like a this, something like that, and then a Y at the end. But it's not going to be S. It could be scusi. Because it's all about the vowels, man. We only got A and Y for vowels. It could also be like, it can't be sassy, and that seems pretty bad as a guess. A say? There's no shot I get that unless you tell me that it's hard. If I did the Wordle without anybody telling me that it was hard, I would never have thought of a say. I would have been typing in like brick or something like that. But okay. Ricky, are you here, by the way? I think you might vibe with this bit. I was thinking about this yesterday. First off, this shit is like straight out of Hereditary. What the fuck was wrong with that guy at the start of Night of the Living Dead? His girlfriend's scared in the cemetery, and he's just like gaslighting her. They're coming to get you, Barbara. What the hell was his problem, man? What was wrong with him? It was his sister, whatever. It was a different time. He's just being like kind of a dick for no reason, man. I don't get it. He'd be on the T app. I just feel like, honestly, I'd be like, dude, chill. She's scared, man. She's scared. Can you chill out? Also, it makes you look like a real piece of work when they actually were out to get her and the corpses were rising from the freaking ground. As is common in this game, I have absolutely no idea which one of these gets less searches. Because like zombies, kind of popular. Like Margot Robbie, kind of popular. I feel like maybe people are searching less for zombies. That's still a lot of searches, man. Oh. You expect me to believe these numbers? These numbers are too round. These are approximations. I don't buy it. Lower rating? I gotta believe Top Gun. Top Gun to me is one of those movies that it cheated its way into becoming a classic by having a prestige sequel that people loved. I thought it was a cheesy 80s movie that was like critically sort of reviled, and it backdoored its way into now being considered a classic in hindsight as a result of the success of its legacy sequel. Validated. This won an Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film, and this is 2012 with John Cusack. So I'm gonna, it's lower. I'm gonna be the Louis Theroux of more or less. And I'm gonna interview people that play more or less, and I'm gonna say, what percentage of them do you get wrong because you got it wrong, and what percentage of them do you get wrong because you didn't read it right? And I believe that 80% of the wrong answers in this game are because of the mix-up. That's only you? No shot, bro. People are playing this game while they drive their Lincoln Navigators. I was asking yesterday because of the tsunami stuff. And Kate and I were talking about it. There's no such thing as a stupid question. We were like, why is all this tsunami watch cameras on the shore? Can't you send like a airplane out to like where the epicenter was? And can't you like watch it like roll in? I apologize if this is stupid, but like the news was showing like it's going to be here in 4 hours. And I was like, you can't send like a drone out or something to be like, it's tall, it's underwater. It's underwater, and then when the ground comes up, because the water gets shallower, it goes, surprise. Okay. That makes sense. So I was like, damn, it really seems like we could just use like a satellite or something. Take all the guesswork out of it and be like, there it is. Send a little submarine with 3 to 4 people, maybe. That's pretty good. Maybe a Mad Catz controller, just in case waters get a little choppy. Make sure you charge up the batteries on the Wavebird before you go down. You don't want to be in that bitch when it runs out of juice. Sony Pictures, Dwayne Johnson, 2009, Dwayne Johnson. Animated film, 2009, Dwayne Robinson. Not Dwayne Robinson, that's a different guy. Dwayne Johnson, Meet the Robinsons. Something strange is coming to their planet, us. A world reminiscent of American suburbia 1950, when Earth astronaut Captain Chuck Baker arrives on, I want to type Semper Fi. Does he arrive on Semper Fi? Planet 51? I've never heard of this in my life. I swear to you, I've never heard of this in my life. This is real? I think every once in a while they put a fake movie in the box office game just to keep you honest. And then it's like, if you get this right, they IP ban you and put you into cheater queue or something like that. Walt Disney starring Jim Carrey. It's an animated movie starring Jim Carrey. Is this the Christmas Carol? I was going to say, I always remember it. The poster is like, who's getting the best head, but it's just Ebenezer Scrooge. In every poster for this, he's like going, we got time for swanky percent. Why not? Now we're fucking talking, by the way. Virgin Suicide, Sofia Coppola, Josh Hartnett, Kirsten Dunst. What are we trying to go to here? Beetlejuice, which stars Michael Keaton, Catherine O'Hara, Jenna Ortega, Justin Theroux. Justin Theroux, probably the easiest connection. Danny DeVito, The Virgin Suicides. Time? Distance of 1? Shortest possible 2? I think you'll find the shortest distance is actually 1. So this never went that far. Okay, we'll swanky it up. Because I had a route in mind, to be honest with you. Be something like, and who am I trying to get to here? Who's the guy I'm trying to get? Justin Theroux, that's right. Okay, through swanky. Okay, it's easy. You start with Jonathan Tucker. You take that to 100 girls. You take 100 girls, maybe to Katherine Heigl, would be my guess. Well, you could always, Jamie Presley's been in a lot of stuff too. We're trying to get to swanky. We can go like Emmanuel Triqui to Snow Day, and then from Snow Day, we probably go. There's lots of beautiful options. Maybe Jean Smart. Wasn't she an I? No, she's not an I, Tanya. She's in something. Oh, she's in Garden State. You got balls on your face. You take that to. When someone says something so Scrubs phobic, you have to hit him with the Zach Braff stare. The hell am I talking? Oh, now I clicked on him like I'm fucking idiot. Now I got to go some shit like The Last Kiss, 2006, and now I'm in here with this guy. This guy from Scrubs, man. I'm there with this guy from Dumb and Dumber 2, When Harry Met Lloyd. And we're still trying to get to swanky. We haven't closed it on swanky at all, but Mimi Rogers lets you go to Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. From International Man of Mystery, swanky. We're not allowed to use burn after reading anymore. I forgot we're not allowed to use burn after reading, which means we need to go from Will Ferrell to Zoolander. I got the line. To Ben Stiller to Happy Gilmore 2 to Adam Sandler to Mr. Deeds with a period for Mr. Deeds to John Turturro to Barton Fink. Okay, well, we're in the Coen universe. You go Steve Buscemi, Fargo, Frances McDormand, Nomadland, Swanky, and then you go back to Nomadland and use Stratheran out. How do you pronounce his name? Stratheran. You David Stratheran yourself out. There you go. You can't. No one knows. No one's ever said it out loud. And then we pick something at random. We pick something like Relative Eagle, which stars Jonathan Tucker, man. We could have cut like 20 steps off of the fucking swanky percent if we just knew Jonathan Tucker was in Relative Evil 2001. But this takes us back to Virgin Suicides, unfortunately. So now we got to get to Beetlejuice, which stars Michael Keaton. Deirdre O'Connell, of course, most famous for Eddington 2025. you would probably take that to something like, we're trying to Michael Keaton, who is in Birdman with Emma Stone. Time, Beetle, time. Okay. Not Wolverine. The Prestige. Chibley, have you seen The Prestige? I don't want to spoil it for you, but I did think you had a good idea when you said your upstairs neighbor is annoying you, and you said you were going to saw a hole through your ceiling, their floor, and then drop them down into your apartment. I thought that was, I said you should put him in a water tank like that dude in The Prestige. You imagine if you were just sitting there like on your computer and then all of a sudden it was like, that would be a mind fuck. But so was the movie. The movie was a mind fuck too. You know what fucks with me? I'm going to put in my will that you're not allowed to use my likeness for like generative AI. But here's what fucks with me, man. Is like if we die, but then a Xerox of our personality is placed inside of a robot, and the robot thinks it's me, the robot is going to say some shit like, thank God I didn't put that in my will. Otherwise, I would be dead right now. But I would still be fucking dead. But the robot would be like, whoo, that was a close one. I almost died forever. That's pissing me off. I don't really know where to go with that, but it's just pissing me off. Yeah, no, I haven't played Soma. I've read the spoilers on Wikipedia maybe like 9 years ago. So I get what you're talking about. But like, no shot, man. Can I write into my will then, anyone who makes generative AI based on me should get their ass beat red? I can't stop them from doing it because I'll be dead. But surely there's got to be some sort of like legal recourse for like, unzip, brother. You saw the man's will. Now we got to beat your ass red. You fucking dweeb. Let him rest, man. Let him rest. It goes double for my family, by the way. I don't think Kate would do it. But if I died and my daughter was like, I miss my dad, I'm going to reanimate his personality into a robot. No, read the will, okay? Read the will or we're cut. If that part of the will's not valid, the rest of the will's not valid either, okay? You need me to die so that life has meaning. If I die and you go, I miss him, I'm going to reanimate him into a robot. Life no longer has meaning because life never ends. Because it's the more that if there's an infinite supply of something, the value of it goes to zero. Do you not understand the very basics of this curve? This is legal. This is legal documentation. This is legally binding. Hugh Jackman character name and title. Wolverine. I saw someone in chat say Caden Leopold. That's a great answer, to be honest with you. Caden Leopold I went to middle school. I mean, we didn't, technically, if you want to be technical, we didn't have middle school. Our elementary school just went all the way to, that's a classic, man. Just went all the way to 8th grade. But I had a classmate in middle school who was like, she would talk about Caden Leopold all the time. And she was a figure skater, and she was like demolished by the 2002 Olympic controversy that temporarily denied Jamie Salé and David Peltier the gold medal that Canadians thought that they deserved. And then there was an IOC like investigation into it and found out there was some corruption with the judges, so they also got their gold medal. She ended up being a crazy anti-vaxxer. No, I think that she was probably just like a figure skater back then. And then, you know, kind of like idle hands or the devil's plaything. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's kind of like a beam of cosmic radiation that has hit like a lot of. I'm not saying they didn't exist in '02, okay? They existed on the fringes in '02, but I don't think in '02 she was like, I don't trust the measles vaccine. I think she was like, I better nail the fuck out of this double axle. And then sometime probably in the mid 2010s, but more likely post March 2020, she went, I better look into this. People are relying on me to look into this. What about Jenny McCarthy? She was the only one, and we were all making fun of her. I was there. Well, Oprah wasn't. Oprah was having her on. But like apart from that, everybody on YTMND they were lighting her up, man. Anti-vaxxers went crazy over Gardasil in '06. I'm just being real with you because it sounds like you know a lot more about this than me. So I'm getting myself into a sticky situation. But like, where were they going crazy? I don't think there was really like a place for them to go crazy. I guess they could be like writing letters to the company or whatever, but when people go crazy now, like they're going crazy like in public, on the internet, on social media, but then also like outside of City Hall. They were lighting up Yahoo Answers. I don't like that. That's where I go to learn chemistry.
Chandeliers, a noun meaning a branched.
Should get a chandelier, man. Dan, do you have a chandelier in your foyer? I think that would go hard. Should get one like right there. Right now I got a flush mount. Sick ass crystal chandelier would go crazy, man. The Siberian ham again, man. That's Jamon Iberica. Their first rub was salt from the Adour River Basin. I don't know where that is, but I guess Spain. It borders Spain to the northeast. I guess I'd say France then. Their barbaric Jamon Iberica versus our succulent Bayonne ham. Come on, you fuckers. Give them some credit, okay? Rice, flour, water. I see the mung beans. I see they like it, the mung beans, the fish sauce. This sticky rice. This looks like it's from Thailand. This looks like it's from Vietnam. Yes, I would yum it. Sure, why not? Vietnam has earned it. Resident Evil food. Resident Evil's food has been spotted. This food, I'm rotating it in my mind. And I'm eating it and I'm gaining 30 HP. I'm gaining 30 HP and a temporary boost to the size of my energy bar. Most deserve 94% of all time, for sure. 6% on keto. I don't think my take about being on a diet and playing a game like FoodGuessr is you have to answer as if you weren't on the diet. Like I'm sorry, your life is hard enough. If you're allergic to gluten and the FoodGuessr is bread and you say you wouldn't eat it, I look at you as like you're lying. You would eat it. You might say, I can't. I have a gluten intolerance. Well, yeah, you also can't because it's a picture on the screen. So if you want to play that, I guess I would just hit no on everything. Because no, I'm not going to eat what? Eat my monitor, which is full of fucking wires and glass and shit like that? No, it's a predicative conditional. I don't know. I turn into XQC for a second. A hypothetical conditional. If you didn't have celiac, would you eat that bread? And you probably would because bread is delicious. Bread's the new potato. People hate it, man. They hate it. False, I don't like bread. Your spirit is cloudy. Your spirit is cloudy. You don't like bread? Get a life. Have you eaten every bread in the world? I don't think so. I didn't say virtue signaling. They might not be lying. They might just be cooked. Many, yes, I don't like them. I don't believe you. What is evil mode? So I had a friend, and this might not be you. I had a friend in middle school, and his whole personality was two things, and they were both related to food. One of them was he was the only guy on earth who didn't like pizza. And the other one was that he was like, my favorite fruit is lemon. I'll just like eat a lemon by itself. Now, let me tell you, that motherfucker's lunchbox every single day, I saw it. I sat next to him. No fucking lemons. He'd never once did he get fucking checked in the whole time I knew him. I never saw him eat a fucking lemon. But I had invited him to like birthday parties where we go to Pizza Hut and then everyone would be eating pizza and he'd say, can I get a chicken Caesar salad? Pissing me the fuck off, man. In the 6th grade, dude's ordering a chicken Caesar salad at a pizza party. Salt and pepper chips or steak, or the Jockey Whopper. How many streamers have already said that today, man? This is where things get tough, because I would eat this, I would eat that, but I would rather not. I would rather have a smaller burger. The burger's too big. It is a bargain. Now, if only they could lower the price even further by removing half of the stuff and then serving me a sandwich I could actually consume. I'm going to have to go salt and pepper chips with steak, man. I think this we need to call out people for vice signaling. I think voting for that is a vice signal. I'll call you out for virtue signaling. If you say potatoes are not a vegetable, that's a virtue signal to me. I think if you're like, that burger that looks disgusting actually looks awesome, I think that's a vice signal. I think you're like, I don't think you would actually eat it. If I put you into an MRI machine and I showed you those pictures, I think your brain would respond more to the steak on the fries than it would to that fucked up burger. That being said, this pizza looks horrible. This is the mark of a frozen pizza. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. If you like this pizza, that's fine. More power to you. This is a frozen pizza. If the crust looks like that, it's a pizza that's frozen and baked in the oven. This looks okay. Evil mode me? I've enabled evil mode. Okay, this is evil mode, man. Evil mode just puts like a Halloween filter on top of the image. I don't know, man. It's hard to, I mean, I bet that tastes really good. This looks pretty good too. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. I can't eat the blue pie, man. I think I gotta go with the bacon and cheese fries. Oh, shit. What the hell is that, man? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. This is some shit from Nubby, but it's gotta be good. Holy, okay. I mean, this one might actually look better with the filter, man. I think it's gotta be the tacos, though. $9.50 for a slice of pizza? We can't keep doing this, man. We can't keep doing it. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. You're at a sporting event. It's you priced in the concessions when you bought the ticket to the sporting event. I'm not saying you have to buy it, but I am saying you got to stop being like, whoa, that's really expensive. I got to go with the Sikh kebab, man. Oh, I didn't know that it was a turd with cum on it, on a bun. My bad. The evil mode made it look pretty tasty. Can I say something, though? Why is beef so much worse at becoming spicy than other meats? Chicken absorbs spice really well. Pork absorbs spice really well. Fish absorbs spice really well. Beef doesn't, it does okay, but it doesn't do as good of a job at absorbing spice as the other meats, man. You're cooking on this one? I'm going to spin this out into I'm going to become one of those comedians where like you think they're supposed to be funny, but then at the end of the special, they reveal that it's actually been like a self-help seminar the whole time. That's going to make it into my loose 90. Tight fives are on the way out, man. That's going to make it into my loose 90. My meandering fucking 90-minute journey of self-discovery. That's a given. The alien sandwich or the year 2007 pie. I feel like the pie looks pretty good, but I feel like as long as the colors are what I expect them to be, this looks all right too, man. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. It's kind of weirdly shaped, but cheesy chips. I can't even tell what the filter is on this one. Or pickled. I'm going to go cheesy chips over pork in a glass. Oh my God. Honey barbecue chicken strips with green fries, man. I think it's got to be currywurst mit palms. Oh, thank God they're not actually green. Chicken bucket. That one was guaranteed. This doesn't even look like they're at a soccer game, man. This looks like they're at like they're holding a newspaper or something. This looks pretty good though. I'd probably go with that. Bash's butthole and Nazi harborer Alfredo Stroessner ruled for 35 years over what country? I feel like it might be Switzerland. It's No, it's not Argentina. That doesn't make sense. South America's only two landlocked countries are Bolivia and Paraguay? Brother, please. Ovi Corey, lie to me and tell me you were thinking that it was Paraguay. Lie to me and say everyone knew it was Paraguay. Because I know you were thinking Argentina. Because it had South America and Nazi harboring in the clue. I guarantee that your brain went, it's got to be South America. Or it's got to be Argentina. So lie to me. They said not Switzerland. South America for sure. It could be Switzerland. I don't know what they were doing back there. South America made sense to me, okay? But I also was like, the dude's name is Alfredo Stroessner. So I thought, let's take a chance at a country in Europe that I don't know shit about from 39 to 45. That pretty much leaves you with Switzerland. And Sweden, okay, but I think Sweden had a king back then. I don't know if they had a prime minister. I think they might have still had a king. We still do. Yeah, but now you got some kind of constitutional republic or something. You might have had it back then. I don't know, man. I mean, we got a king too, technically. King Bach. Only a spoonful of... Dude, if King Bach had been king around the time of the Boston Tea Party, I think you guys would still be speaking English in the US. That's all I'm going to say. Because I think you'd be like, we want representation. And he'd be like, how about only a spoonful of taxation without representation? And you'd be like, all right, you got me with that one, King Bach. You got me with that one, King Bach the First. He's got a point. Sort these groups of people by their known size throughout history, starting with the most. People who were at least 8 feet tall. People who have lived 115 years. People who have won the EGOTs, okay. People who have walked on the moon. People who have scored 70 points in an NBA game, and people who have won Jeopardy at least 20 times in a row. Holy fuck, dude. Okay, well, they're all small. I genuinely think that hundreds of people have lived to be at least 115, which is a lot, but it's very small in the context of the billions of people who have lived throughout human history. I mean, you've got like Methuselah's whole family in there. That's like 30 people right off the jump. I think it's like 1 in 100,000 people is 7 feet tall. I feel like 8 feet tall is like maybe, can I say something insane? Maybe 0 people. You very rarely hear of anyone that's 7 feet tall. Unless you're watching professional basketball. You never hear of anybody that's 8 feet tall, man. So I think the EGOTs are going to be like 5 to 10 people. More people have walked on the moon. Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe, maybe Giannis have scored 70, and then let's bake in like a few dudes, I don't know. I think you're going to be down here. And then 20 times in a row on Jeopardy, you definitely got Ken, you got James, you got Brad. Then I think you also got a couple more. I think you maybe got like a Buzzy or something like that. So I think I'm going to hold it here. This can't be higher than second last, man. I'm sorry. Let's bump up the 70 and hot swap you. What? 29 people have been 8 feet tall? That's crazy. I know, I hear you. We're looking at this and going, what? One of the things that lives rent-free in my head is when I said, does anyone care that at birth men have like an 8-year deficit in their lifespan compared to women? And then literally everybody in chat is like, no, we don't care at all. And I was like, that made me a little sad, man. That like, at birth, we're expected to get like at least 10% less life, man. You got give us a little credit. Give us something for that. I mean, at least be like, that sucks. Life's not great at that age. Okay, want to trade? Once I hit 78, I'll take a little bit of I'll take your stem cells or whatever. I'll drink the blood. Is it a Louis C.K. bit? Oh, man. Longevity obsessed Louis C.K. I'll do it. I'll drink the blood. You do not want my stem cells? I thought the thing is like that it doesn't matter who's donating the stem cells because they're stems, man. They're like wild cards, right? Aren't they like rainbow jokers in Balatro? Like they could be anything. We traded it for not bleeding out of our genitals once a month. Okay, that's actually true. The period does suck pretty bad. Apparently it's not just the blood either. Like it makes your farts like extra bad or whatever. Your shits are like different colors. I feel you on that one. As someone who's gone through that stuff gastrointestinally, having that happen like 2-3 days once a month, no shot, man. Menopause sucks too. It would be so funny to say, make up your mind, but I can't. I 100% believe that you're telling the truth, but it would be so funny to reply like that. Oh shit, that would be so good, man. 2 to 3 days, that's cute. Try 6 to 8. Sorry, I guess. So I'm beefing. I'm starting a genuine beef. I apologize. I was gonna say sorry. My wife's just stronger than you, I guess, but. I'm making a lot of enemies just trying to make people laugh. I got into this industry to make people laugh, okay? I got into this industry to bring joy to the world, and now all of a sudden everyone's getting the pitchforks out. I was literally saying I sympathize. But you gotta know, there's probably a lot of ladies out there they're like, I don't really want to be old, but like, that like 78 to 90 corridor. Probably like, at least I don't have to deal with this guy anymore. At least I don't have to deal with the love of my life anymore. Leaving his cups out on the counter or something. Nah, maybe not. Maybe it's more nuanced than that. One thing, they should give us like, men should pay less taxes because we have less time on Earth. Or maybe we should pay more taxes because we have less time on Earth to pay taxes. I'm waiting for the response from the chat to see what they which one do you think's good? Which one do you think's good? Pay what you feel? That's what it's all about, man. We should move to like a pay what you can system for everything. Not like that. Okay. Don't become libertarian. I'm not libertarian. I'm municipally libertarian because the park board should take my money and build a slide. It's insane to me that I'm like, I want to give you money to build a slide, and they're like, there's no process for that to happen. You can give us money to build a bench somewhere you don't live, but you can't give us slide money and we'll build the slide. I'm sorry. So that with respect to the park board, I'm a libertarian. Unfortunately, I remain an NDP voter federally and provincially. And then in the mayoral and city council races, I just vote for the urbanists that chat tells me to vote for. Sounds good. And then just to be clear, I look it up before. I don't just trust you and go, okay, I'm going to vote for this. I go to their profile and it's like, good enough. Sounds good to me. Chat wouldn't lie to me. I'm always voting yes on the ranked ballot initiative, and it's always losing, bro. It was either, it must have been 06 or 07 they did that Ontario one, man. And I was like, finally, we're getting rid of first past the post. 99% of Ontario said, we like the system the way it is. What the hell? Trudeau said he'd fix the electoral reform. Then the day he got elected, he said no one wants it. Yeah, but on the other hand, he's dating Katy Perry now, maybe. Or at least they're dining together. So I'm not going to criticize him. Isn't it going to be kind of hard on them, though? Like, she travels a lot. Kate told me there was a clip from when Katy Perry played in Vancouver, and like a fan came on stage and was like, hi. And then she was like, where are you from? And then he was like, I'm from Medicine Hat. And she was like, what is that? And then he went, it's in Alberta. And she went, I don't know what that is, but thank you for being here, or something like that. Like that.
What is your name?
Braden.
Where are you from?
Medicine Hat, Alberta.
I'm sorry. You need to study better geography. What did you say?
I said Medicine Hat, Alberta.
Medicine Hat?
Yes.
Medicine Hat?
Correct.
Medicine Hat?
Correct.
Traveling from Medicine Hat to Vancouver for a Katy Perry concert is insane. But like, that's fine. That's fine. That's at least like a 10-hour drive, I think. But I guess she's not playing Cops Coliseum in Edmonton or whatever. Whoa, hang on. I saw the halloumi incident. NL was onto something when he thought halloumi was Finnish. A lot of Finnish people think the cheese is called halloum, and that halloumi is just the Finnish way of saying the name of the cheese. This man is too linguistically aware for his own good. I'm telling you, the Finnish heuristic never fails, which is if a word looks like it would look proper on the back of a baby blue hockey jersey, it's probably Finnish. 1950s American game shows that then came back in 2021, student quiz competitions. The Canadian in me is like, yeah, of course, mate. It's reach for the top. It's reach for the fucking top, bud. You don't know shit about reach for the top? What's the US one called? It's called like College Bowl. College Challenge. Quiz Challenge. Quiz Challenge. College Bowl. You know what my favorite part of the college football calendar is? Is when they have Dr. Pepper Bowl Week or whatever it's called. And they always have at halftime 2 college students under crippling debt come out and try to toss footballs into a big inflatable Dr. Pepper can or whatever. And then one person wins like free tuition and the other person goes home with nothing. What the media machine conspiring to create. It's just for fun. It's just a fun little thing that's like, it's not even that serious. That being said, someone is going to go home with nothing and the other person is going to have their life changed forever. And the whole thing is just in service of like upping the sales of Dr. Pepper like 1.5% for that weekend or whatever. It's crazy, man. Everyone should get a prize. They should take the prize money, split it in half, and then the winner gets like a fucked up car too. The winner gets like a Dr. Pepper branded Nissan Cube or some shit like that. That would be the way it would work in my system. You still got skin in the game. You're competing for like a car that's weird, but it's like a one of one. You'd still want to win the car. But like it means that you don't spend the rest of your fucking life going like, if I just sank 2 more shots, I wouldn't be in this. My life wouldn't be so fucked up. If I didn't choke on that Dr. Pepper Bowl Week halftime show, I would be fucking. I can't fucking do it, man. That's just cruel, man. Like you're marginally improving someone's life, but like possibly ruining another person's life forever. I would find it hard. I guess you just acclimate to it, but I think I would find it hard to get over. 1980s French and Italian films. Oh, and it's a Bildungsroman film set in a movie theater. Cinema Paradiso. Oh! Okay, we got 2. We're on question 7. Can we get 3? American pork dishes. Yeah. Scrapple. Okay, can we get 4? Australian pies. It's a Georgie pie. It's a street food in the United Kingdom. It's a stuffed dish from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's English cuisine. It's Michigan culture. It's the culture of Wisconsin. It's a British product with a protected designation of origin. It's a Yorkshire pudding. It's a Cornish pie. It's a pie. Oh. 2000s comics about Iran. Adapted into animated films. Oh, it's Mouse! I know. I thought for sure it was Mouse, man. Mouse isn't about Iran? Yeah, but might be set in Vienna at times. Take the SAT. I'm not going to take the SAT, Layden. And one of you or Living Trash has to change your profile, by the way. You have to change your profile photo. Because I know you're saying that your turtle profile is not a Pokemon, but it looks like a Pokemon, okay? And Living Trash, they have Garbodor as their Pokemon. So it's confusing that I keep saying Layden, Living Trash, Layden, Living. I thought they were the same person forever. There's Garbodor, Chikorita, Garbodor, Chikorita. One of you's got to change, okay? It's Trubbish Garbador. What the fuck ever, man. Look at this. We're in the Nassim Taleb part of the tale. We can take that. 1961, 55 million views. We're like way back when, man. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Jack, you're listening to This Is Joe Biden on Spotify, Jack. I'm not kidding. I have no idea, man. In the jungle? The lion sleeps tonight? Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for the Beatles. Justin, this is one of the reasons that I have to tell you that every time you put the Beatles in like D tier when you do a music tier list, I just have to say, this is what they saved us from. We probably would have gotten there anyway, but they accelerated us out of this commercial jingle nonsense, okay? Now this song is fine. It's nice at like a public school assembly or something like that, but this is why you have to put a little respect on it, because in 1961, people were going, and then in 1969, bang, bang, shoot, shoot. When you get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the right. And I tap and I turn and I go for a ride. And then I get to the bottom and you get the idea. Anyway. And Charles Manson was like, yeah! We're separating the listener from the artist, okay? Lots of good people like the Beatles too, okay? It's not just Charles Manson. It's nice for the glorp. It's nice for the glorp, don't get me wrong. All right, is Kate live? I went a little overtime today, which is fucked up because that means I can't eat lunch before I have to pick up my daughter. I'll figure it out. I'll get something on the go. All right, I'll send you over there then. Enjoy the rest of your time, and I'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye. Good night, y'all.
The Wii Shop Wednesday song.
Super Mario RPG, Sonic the Hedgehog, Donkey Kong 3, Adventures of Lolo 1 and 2, Dig Dug, Bubble Bobble, Chew Man Foo, Harvest Moon. I remember that one.
In Puzzle Pokemon.
Kojam and Earl in battle for Funkatron. Something like that. Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Ninja Gaiden 1. Ninja Gaiden 2. Ninja Gaiden 3.
Cruising USA.